Okay, guys, let's look over a review that has to do with graphing imaginary numbers and real numbers that are kind of put together in the standard form. Now, just a couple things I want you to remember. On the x-axis, that's going to be where the real number part is. The y-axis, as we get used to seeing it, is where the imaginary number part is. So really what we need to do is to take a look at each of these points and figure out the pieces that are going to go with each one. If we are able to have some kind of an ordered pair for these, it would make them a lot easier to graph. So in this first one, here's my real number part, which is -3, so that's my x value. And then this part right here is my imaginary part, +2. That's going to be my y value. So that means if I go over to -3 and go up +2, this is going to be where point A is going to be graphed. Now if I look at point B, this is my real number part, so that's going to be 4. And this part right here is my imaginary number part. So because it's -5, I'm going to make it -5. So to graph it, I'm going to go over +4 and down 5. And that will be that point for B. Be sure to look over your foldable stuff for some more examples for that. Okay, also I just want to take some time to do one more negative radical simplifying one in case you need to look at it. So here's the next one. So -188 p to the third r squared t all underneath the square root. So remember, our first step has to be to get rid of this negative. So I'm going to put -1 in this first square root and everything else in this second one. Okay, now this number right here, I'm going to take that and do my menu 2, 3. So if I do my menu 2, 3, I end up with 2 squared times 47. Now I'm going to take this and kind of put it all together with this stuff right here. So I'm going to leave the -1 alone, and then I'm going to start going through my factoring. So the 188 is going to be 2 to the second, so 2 times 2, and then the 47. And then I'm going to take this piece right there with all of the variables, and I'm going to expand it. So p to the third, because there's 3 of them now. R to the second means that there's 2 r's and a t. Okay, now I'm looking for pairs. So there's a pair, there's a pair, and there's a pair. So 2, p, and r are going to go out in front. Now remember, I'm going to add that plus-minus part in the front too. Left underneath is going to be 47 and then p to the second. Now if I bring this part down in the front, it's going to be the imaginary I, that imaginary number. Now I have to be able to put this part together. So I'm going to do plus or minus 2. Then I'm going to insert the I. Then PR square root of 47 PT. And that's going to be our final answer. Remember, there is a video from over the weekend that you can go over if you need some more practice. Okay, good luck, guys.